Shalawam, shalawam, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Racha Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere camp. And now, as you already know, we're coming into the year of 2003, which is the year that we hope the prophecies that are written up in the scriptures come to pass. And right now, you have basically the algorithm for the MOTB, the algorithm for the mark of the beast, which is the next major prophecy that is about to come to pass on the earth. And now you have another country that has declared, to go full cashless, okay, and especially on the governmental level. And basically, what this is the gradualism towards the MOTB. And I use that term a lot, gradualism. But this is how these devils operate. This is how he saw Edom operates, instead of him to bring out his agenda, straight up, up front to tell you what he's going to do. What he likes to do is he likes to sneak it, into your field of vision, basically. I think it's peripheral vision, sneak it into your front, sneak it by you and then bring it, and bring it to you when you least expect it. I don't really know the best sentence, but basically it's just that gradualism, slowly implement it, slowly desensitize you to it before he ultimately reveals his true hand. And this is how Esau Edom operates. And that's why you see, all over the earth and now even here in Nigeria, the push for a cashless economy has become so strong that the governments are even mandating it. Okay. And this is the news article from the Sun newspaper. FG states and local governments to go full cashless March 1st. And basically, what this newspaper is going into, the summary of it is that, all government officials and all transactions, through the government or through government accounts must be done cashlessly. Okay, you cannot withdraw cash. You have to do transactions, by bank transfers, basically all online transactions or all digital transactions. And this is how Esau Edom is preparing the people, okay, especially you people here in Nigeria in this case, for the MOTB to start getting used to digital payments. And of course, as Esau always does, he comes in the guise of security, in the guise of doing a good deed, okay. And let's go to that. You come in the guise of doing a good deed. He comes, as like the scripture say, no marvel, for Satan cometh as an angel of the lights. And when he brings out his wickedness and he comes in wickedness, he doesn't come and tell you straight up that what he's doing is wickedness, but rather he comes and tells you, just like the serpent did in the Garden of Eden. And what the serpent said, he said that, is this the tree in which the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai told you not to eat of? Now, Genesis 3 verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Yahweh of power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath the power said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And of course, that the serpent is Esau Edom, or at the very least is Esau in the reincarnation. And the reason why we know that is because that's going back to the book of Revelation, the 19th chapter, and let's get that as well. Revelation 19, I think that should be okay. It's like a Revelation 20, so like a Revelation 20, okay. You have to be with me, I mix this up a little too much. That should be, yeah, it is Revelation 20 verse 2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So the dragon that is spoken about in the book of Revelation, and basically, the dragon that is 7 heads and 10 horns, which represents the kingdom and the rulership of Esau, Edom, NATO, and the EU, is also the serpent. Is also the serpent in the garden, is also the devil and Satan, okay? And of course, when we talk about devil, we're talking about the human counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. This is Edom, right? It's Esau Edom. Because you go into the word devil, it goes back to the Greek word diabolos, okay? Diabolos, and what that means is false accuser, slanderer, which is what these devils have done to our people, okay? So now Genesis 3 verse 1, now the serpent, Esau, Edom, was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh of power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, had the Most High Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And basically, this is how Esau Edom operates, Instead of telling you that his wicked ways will lead to your death, right? His wicked ways will lead to your corruption. He will tell you that, his wicked ways are the ways of life. They will lead to your life and prosperity, okay? That's how these devils work, and that's why the scriptures call them the deceiver, okay? Because all they do is they use their tongue to deceive the people, to make them believe that the ways of wickedness are the ways of life, which is completely opposite of the truth, okay? So now Genesis 3 verse 4, And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And that's exactly what the serpent does, Esau Edom. And it tells you that, any wickedness that he pushes is actually the way of life, right? And that's why the scriptures say that these devils, they have promised the wicked life through lies and has made the heart of the righteous sad, which the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, not made sad. And basically, going into the wicked agendas, the unrighteous decrees that they push, and they call that life. They call that the way to prosperity, the way to life, because Esau Edom believes that, he can achieve the kingdom, he can achieve his everlasting kingdom through wickedness, which is, far from it, okay? So this is how the devil works, he tempts the people by bringing in all these, by talking about all the goods that, he claims that, his wickedness will do, okay? But you know what the cashless agenda, the digital cashless society, we know what it leads to. It eventually segues into the MOTB, is the perfect opportunity for Esau Edom to, bring out the mark, the MOTB, and, to release it and to implement it and then eventually mandate it on the earth. So now, the article, and it reads, FG states local governments go full cashless March 1st. Defaulters risk 3-year jail, NFIU warns. Worried by the inflationary consequences of huge public sector cash withdrawals on the nation's economy, the Nigerian Financial and Intelligence Unit yesterday outlawed cash withdrawals from all government accounts effective March 1st, 2023, warning that defaulters risk 3-year jail term. And this NFIU, this one, they must be a new organization because I've never heard of them before. Let me just quickly do a quick Google on them. NFIU, the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit. I never heard of them before. Let me see if I can find something on their origins. I don't want to go. And here you see all the articles going into the same thing, banning cash withdrawals, and basically, this could be a front organization from Esau Edom in order to push the cashless society here in Nigeria, And of course, it's going to be happening in other parts of the world as well. This is not an isolated incident. So actually, the video just got cut off for no reason. But as I was saying, of course, Esau Edom is going to push this cashless agenda all over the earth. This is not an isolated incident, okay? So what I'm looking for is the origin of this organization, And basically, just read a little bit of this, okay? The Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit (NFIU) is the central national agency responsible for the receipt of disclosures from reporting organizations, the analysis of these disclosures, and the production of intelligence for dissemination to competent authorities. The NFIU is an autonomous unit domiciled within the Central Bank of Nigeria and the central coordinating body for the country's anti-money laundering, counter-terrorist financing, and counter-proliferation financing AML, CFT, and CPF framework. Okay, and I can't see anything concerning when they were actually set up, or when they were actually established. So I guess I'll just leave it at that. Let's not go and get sidetracked. Okay, let's go back to the main topic. I think I just closed it. So yeah, that should be the Sun newspaper. Let me go back to the article. It should be here. It is. Yeah, it is the article. Okay, so back to that. Back to what we were reading. It is said defaulters who fail to. Okay, hold on. Okay, continuing on, it is said defaulters who fail to heed the cash restriction order on public accounts risk collaborative investigations by the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, and Independent Corrupt Practices Commission. I know about the EFCC, but I never heard of the ICPC or the NFIU. But it's what it is. Director and Chief Executive Officer, NFIU, Modibo Tukor, who confirmed the latest development at a press briefing at the unit's office in Abuja, said defaulters risk spending 3 years behind bars. And basically, this is only for government officials for now, of course. Okay, and who knows where it will extend to, you know, due to at the end of this, because right now, it's only for government officials, but even the private citizens will ultimately have to undergo this same decree as well. And even here, it tells you what we've been talking about, what the apostles, what the elders, and so on and so forth have been telling you about the real reason why these digital payments, okay, these digital transactions are being pushed on the earth in order to log and basically in order to log and keep tabs on every transaction that is made, all that is made globally. And if you go on to read, it tells you that the reasons why this decree is being pushed. Okay, so now continuing on. He said the NFIU had told banks and government agencies at all levels to go fully digital by moving online, as all transactions involving public money must be routed through the banks for the purpose of accountability and transparency. In other words, they want to monitor all your transactions. Okay, and this is how they started up by telling you that, oh well, we're doing it to fight corruption, that so that we'll know how the government is moving money, and we'll be able to find out wherever, or stop the illicit movement, stop laundering, money laundering, or extortion in its tracks. But basically all it is that they are trying to monitor the transactions of everybody on the earth, including the private people as well. And that's what this digital transaction is all about, because transaction by cash, and of course it goes without saying that transactions with physical cash cannot be monitored the way this the digital cash is monitored. And this is why Esau Edom in this time, with by way of his different agents in these different countries, is pushing this on the people right now, especially starting, of course, with the government, a cashless society, a cashless country, and everybody on the earth, all nations will eventually move to a cashless society as well. As you have your contactless payments, your card payments, and eventually your CHIP payments as well. And like I said, this is how they come and this is how they push this idea to you. This is how they push, this their decree to you, by telling you about all the great and wonderful things that can be done through it. Okay, in order to basically desensitize you to it and make you believe that this is to your benefit. But eventually, okay, all roads, especially when it comes to digital payments, all roads lead to the MOTB, okay? Because you have to remember what is said in the book of Revelation 13, verse 16. And it's a shame you can't bring that out because, Esau Edom is watching the algorithms like the hawk, but as it is written, right, roughly paraphrasing, and no man can buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name or the number of the beast. Okay, he called it all both small and great, rich and poor, free and born to receive a mark on their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name or the number of the beast. And that's cash transactions is the core of buying and selling. Okay, so with that, I'll end the video right there. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Ba'asham Racha Kodash, Wa Abad Babal, and through the Spirit, I hope you are coming, your path are edified. Shalom.